Okay, so this is the area we're going to search. Roughly 2,000 square miles. Here's the theory. This is Howland Island where Amelia was headed to. This is where it was mapped in 1937. It's around 6 miles off. So Chris Nutter, an NTSB investigator, we went back, mapped every portion of her final leg of her flight from Ley, New Guinea to Howland Island. Analyzed fuel burn, analyzed everything, analyzed her previous flight patterns, and here's our theory. Some people believe that in the last flight, Amelia and Fred actually were flying through dead reckoning, were intentionally going to miss Howland and then come back on a line of position. Nutter's theory is this. He feels very strongly they were flying a direct path to the island. We know we have her radio transmissions. At 1912, she came down and said, "We must be on you, but cannot see you." So that was key. She thought, her and Fred Noonan at that point, at 1912 GMT, thought they were there. They had arrived. They also said fuel was running low at that point. Some people thought she had a lot of extra fuel. We thought at that point she was actually running lower on fuel than she should have, possibly because of this Cambridge fuel analyzer that could have caused her to burn 10% more fuel along the way. So her next radio transmission at 1928 was, we are circling. So typically what someone would do, they come down, they think they found the island. With celestial navigation, they're probably around 30 miles off. That's about as good as you could have got. They actually planned on the direction finder pulling them in, but they clearly had communication problems. They never made it. So we're circling. So then she probably executed a grid search along these lines here. Next message at 2013 was, we're flying a line of position 157337. That was the last transmission. So there is a possibility she went south first and then north, continuously executing this grid search to find Howland. We clearly know she never found it, but we know she was close because you could hear the radio signals. The radio strength was continuously getting stronger until one point it got slightly weaker. So she's somewhere, we feel highly strongly, within this about 2,000 square mile grid. We believe roughly around 2100 was where fuel ran out. So these are the high priority zones here, somewhere in this area, pretty close to Howland Island. Now we feel, some people thought that within 20 miles she would have seen the island. We've actually recreated it. We don't think that you could have seen it that close. So we'll see. But we feel pretty strongly this is the hot zone, pretty close to Howland Island, somewhere in this range. That's where it's the highest probability, although there's a likelihood that she could be anywhere within this box.